Have you ever wondered what your 80s, 90s, or even 100s might look like? Maybe you've heard stories about people who seem to age like fine wine, full of energy, clarity, and joy, while others struggle. Well, today, we're diving into something fascinating. Science can actually predict how long you'll live after 70. And no, it's not about crystal balls or fortune tellers. Researchers have identified 7 key signs that hint at your longevity, and the best part? Most of them are things you can improve starting today. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a lab rat. Don't worry, this isn't about doom and gloom predictions. It's about empowerment. These signs are like little clues your body gives you, and once you know them, you can take charge. So let's uncover the first 3 together, shall we? First up, your grip strength. Sounds odd, right? But studies show that how firmly you can squeeze a handshake, or even a jar of pickles, is a shockingly accurate predictor of longevity. Weak grip strength is linked to higher risks of heart disease, frailty, and even cognitive decline. Now, before you panic and start stress squeezing tennis balls, let's talk solutions. My neighbor, Harold, is 78 and still chops his own firewood. His secret? Functional strength. He does simple exercises like carrying groceries, gardening, or even wringing out a wet towel. The goal isn't to become a bodybuilder, it's to keep those muscles engaged and ready for life's little challenges. Next, how quickly you get up from a chair. Yes, really. Researchers call this the sit-to-stand test. If you need to push off with your hands or rock back and forth to stand up, it might signal weaker core and leg muscles, which are vital for balance and avoiding falls. But here's the good news, you can practice this every day. Try sitting down and standing up without using your hands a few times each morning. My friend Ethel, who's 82, does this while waiting for her coffee to brew. She calls it her morning victory lap. Start slow, hold on to something if you need to, and celebrate every small win. Now, the third sign, your walking speed. A brisk pace isn't just about getting places faster, it's linked to better heart health, stronger lungs, and even a sharper mind. Studies found that seniors who walk faster than 2.5 feet per second tend to live longer. But brisk doesn't mean sprinting. It's about finding a rhythm where you can still chat but might struggle to sing. My tip: pair walking with something you love. Listen to an audiobook, call a grandkid, or walk a dog, even if it's your neighbor's. The joy keeps you consistent, and consistency keeps you strong. Now, we've covered grip strengths, standing up with ease, and walking speed. These might seem simple, but together, they're like a trifecta of vitality. And here's what's beautiful, none of this requires a gym membership or fancy gear. It's about weaving strength into your daily life, whether you're gardening, dancing, or playing with grandkids. In the next part, we'll explore 2 more signs that might surprise you, including one that's all about your social life. Hint, it's not just about having friends. Until then, why not try Harold's functional strengths trick? Next time you carry those groceries, stand tall and think, I'm not just lifting milk, I'm lifting my future. Remember, friends, aging isn't about counting years. It's about making those years count. Let's keep growing together. You know, one of my favorite things about growing older is realizing how much we're wired for connection. I'll never forget my buddy, Martha. She's 84 and runs the local knitting group. She once told me, my knitting needles keep my hands busy, but it's the gossip that keeps my heart ticking. And guess what? Science agrees with her. Let's dive into the next 2 signs that predict a long, vibrant life, and yes, one of them's all about who you spend your time with. Fourth sign, your social circle. And no, I don't mean you need 500 friends on Facebook. Researchers found that having just 2 or 3 close relationships can slash your risk of early death by 50%. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. Loneliness, on the other hand, can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Take my cousin, Lou. After his wife passed, he barely left the house. Then he started volunteering at the animal shelter, just 2 hours a week. Now, he's adopted too. rescue dogs, and his pack includes everyone from the mail carrier to the vet. Lou says those dogs gave him a reason to get up in the morning, but I think it's the laughter in between walks that's keeping him young. Fifth sign, how often you challenge your brain. Here's a fun fact. Learning new skills after 70 can literally rewire your brain to act decades younger. Crossword puzzles are great, but let's think bigger. Ever tried painting? Baking sourdough? Or even mastering TikTok? Yes, Martha's knitting group just went viral last week. My neighbor, Helen, took up Spanish at 75. She's not fluent, but she practices with her granddaughter over video calls. Now, when she orders tacos, she does it with flair, and the restaurant staff cheers her on. The key isn't perfection, it's curiosity. Every time you learn something new, you are building a cognitive reserve that protects against dementia and keeps your spark alive. Now, let's connect the dots. Strong relationships and an engaged mind aren't just nice-to-haves, they're lifelines. Think of your brain and heart like a garden. Without water, connection, and sunlight, curiosity, even the hardiest plants wilt. But here's the secret, you don't need a grand plan. Start small. Text a friend you miss. Try a recipe from a country you can't pronounce. Or join a club where you're the rookie. It keeps you humble and hungry. Next time, we'll explore the final 2 signs, including one that might surprise your taste buds and another that's all about what happens when the lights go out. Until then, why not borrow a page from Martha's book? Grab some yarn, call a friend, and cast on a new stitch. Because every small connection to people, passions, or even puppies is a thread in the tapestry of a life well lived. Remember, growing older isn't about slowing down. It's about finding new rhythms and dancing to them, even if it's just in your socks. Now, let's talk about something we all love, food. But not just any food. What if I told you that your favorite meals could be whispering secrets about your future? And while we're at it, let's chat about what happens when your head hits the pillow. These last 2 signs might just surprise you, and they're easier to tackle than you think. Sixth sign, your plate is your palate for longevity. Studies show that seniors who eat a rainbow of whole foods, think leafy greens, berries, nuts, and fatty fish, live years longer than those stuck in a beige food rut. But here's the kicker, it's not about dieting. It's about joyful eating. Take my friend, Gus. At 79, he swore he'd never give up his nightly ice cream. Instead, he added a handful of walnuts to his dessert and started roasting veggies with herbs he grows on his windowsill. Now, he says his meals taste like a party for his taste buds and his last blood work. His doctor joked he's got the numbers of a 50-year-old. The lesson? Don't deprive, enhance. Swap one processed snack for something colorful today. Your cells will thank you. Seventh sign, how well you sleep, and yes, that includes naps. Poor sleep isn't just about feeling groggy. It's linked to inflammation, memory fog, and even heart issues. But here's the good news, you don't need perfect 8-hour nights. Research says consistent sleep, even with a midday snooze, can work wonders. My Aunt Clara, 88, swears by her 90-minute rule. She dims the lights 90 minutes before bed, swaps TV for crossword puzzles, and sips chamomile tea. Some nights she sleeps like a log, others she reads. But she never stresses. I let my body lead, she says. Try it. Create a wind-down ritual that feels like a gift, not a chore. Let's tie it all together. These 7 signs, your grip, your stride, your tribe, your curiosity, your plate, and your sleep, aren't just clues. They're choices. Choices that say, I'm not done yet. Choices that add life to your years, not just years to your life. Think of it like tending a garden. You don't need to overhaul everything at once. Plant one seed today. Maybe it's swapping soda for sparkling water with lemon. Or calling a friend during your afternoon walk. Small steps grow into mighty oaks. So, what's your next move? Pick one sign that speaks to you and give it a little love this week. Then, come back here and tell me about it. Your stories inspire this whole community. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who's got a lot more living to do. Remember, friends, age is just a number. Vitality is a mindset. Let's make every chapter count. Here's to blooming boldly, no matter the season.